Everybody ready to roll? All right, please welcome the antibiotic resistance group.
Yeah! Hi everyone, I'm Jack, this is Holly, this is Claudia, Jenny, Marley, and Nico, and we're going to be talking to you guys about antibiotic resistance. So what is antibiotic resistance? Well, antibiotics are used to kill bacteria, usually harmful bacteria that would make you sick. But when they're used, they don't always kill all of the bacteria that is inside your body. So the ones that it doesn't kill, the reason they don't die is because they have a mutation in their DNA, which allows them to live through the treatment. And once enough of these get built up, then it makes it so that the antibiotics are no longer effective and they're pretty much useless and you have to find new ones.
Okay, yeah. So the main issue about antibiotic resistance is that most people don't know about it. It's a fairly new topic in the last 50 to 60 years, which is not really that long. It's like one of your parents or grandparents, like Mr. B says. And the first antibiotic resistance was from penicillin, which was greatly used. And so the main issue is that nobody knows about it. And according to CBS News, less than 50% of Americans don't believe the overuse of antibiotics is a problem, which is a problem itself because it is killing people. And yeah.
Okay, so it is true that antibiotics do help and have cured many people, but what people don't know is that it has killed even more. 2,000 people a year in the US are infected with the bacteria, and 23,000 die due to this. Treating this infection can cost the US healthcare system from anywhere from $24 to $31 billion annually. Our group would like to educate the public and do further research to try to educate everyone. Our first mission is to introduce green tea, which has many benefits to the immune system and can overall help the human body.
As we have learned from Arabidopsis, flavonoids are a class of phytochemicals that contain over 4,000 different compounds with various health benefits. Catechins are a type of polyphenol as well as an antioxidant that belongs to the chemical family of flavonoids. In the diagram behind me, it shows the 4 different catechins that are primarily found within green tea leaves. They include EC, EGC, ECG, and EGCG. By incorporating green tea into your daily diet, it can help to stabilize free radicals, reduce the risk of developing cancer, developing high blood pressure, as well as other cardiovascular diseases. Studies have been conducted that have proved that catechins have inhibitory properties on bacterial functions. For instance, scientists have to believe that it will help decrease the sharing of resistant genes in bacteria. And also, green tea has the ability to inhibit the PBP2 synthesis in MRSA, which will reverse the resistance of the beta-lactam drug. Because green tea provides so many health benefits, it is considered a very great alternative to antibiotic drugs.
So the main purpose of our project is to spread antibiotic resistant awareness to children in a fun and kid-friendly way. Children don't always have the healthiest habits and able to resistant bacteria. We want children to be able to know that just by drinking green tea, which is something you just might have in your cabinet at home, overall health. We will do this with the help of our green tea leaf mascot, which you see on the slide. His name for interact with the children and tell them what antibiotic resistance is and how by drinking green tea you can prevent it. We want to start our program off in Virginia and then spread it to 3 other major states, which are starred on the screen. They will be Florida, Texas, and California. We hope that the success of the programs in their schools will urge other states to use the program that we have made. So what we need from you all and funding total, half of it television stations. $70,000 will be used for our spokesperson, who has not yet been decided, but we want someone who is both kid and adult friendly and also related to the science community. He or she will, with or without a mascot, will be on the commercials and talk about what antibiotic resistance is and how by drinking green tea you can prevent it. $80,000, which is the rest of your funding, will go to our travel expenses, and this is not just for the travel of our team, but also for the transportation of our green tea throughout our travels, which will have to be refrigerated.
Prior to the discovery of antibiotics, the mortality rate of people with simple bacterial infections was much higher than today. Unfortunately, due to the fact that many people do not use their antibiotics correctly, more and more bacteria are becoming resistant to these drugs every single day. If more and more bacteria keep becoming resistant to these antibiotics, then the mortality rates of people with these infections will go back to how it was prior to the discovery of antibiotics. To combat this, we will use the natural bacteria fighting properties of green tea. We will sell our green tea to schools and hospitals to try and fight bacteria, because those are places where bacteria can be spread very quickly. We will educate these people about the dangers of antibiotic resistance and how to properly take your prescribed antibiotics and when antibiotics are needed. To do this, we hope to decrease the amount of antibiotics prescribed per year from around 4,295,000 to around 1 million. To do this, we will require the $150,000 grant from the BRVGS and an additional $100,000 grant from the United States National Science Foundation. This makes our total budget $250,000. Thank you for listening, and we hope you choose us to get the $150,000 grant to stop more bacteria from becoming resistant. Any questions?
So, what is the bacteria become resistant to? Can they be? I know we talked about it in class, but does it prevent resistance, or is that other way to kill the bacteria? And what is that the case? Why do the bacteria become resistant?
Well, it's still relatively new, so there's not a lot of information about it. But depending on the situation and also depending on the specific strain of bacteria, green tea catagens can help to inhibit some of the synthesis between the protein, or also like the transfer of bacteria.
Is there any evidence that bacteria can't mutate to become immune to the inhibitory pathogens in green tea, just as they've done with regular antibiotics?
They could. As I said, it's quite new, so there hasn't really been a lot of research into that situation, but I mean, it probably will throughout the years. The mutation will probably occur, but as of right now, it is a good alternative to antibiotic resistance because that's a bigger problem than anything else.
Well, the green tea, it does inhibit the protein synthesis of the bacteria, but it also keeps the bacteria from binding to, well, there's actually an example in my paper, but the bacteria that causes strep throat, it has been proven that green tea prevents it from binding to the inside of your body. So it's more of like a inhibitory thing for keeping it from happening than keeping them from replicating.